So, what if your biggest weakness could actually be your greatest weapon? It sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we are diving deep into the brutal but honestly powerful philosophy of David Goggins. We're going to break down the exact mindset he uses to turn underdogs into absolute savages, and we'll be using his own words to guide us. Okay, so everything Goggins talks about, it all comes back to this one pretty radical idea. He's saying that it doesn't matter who you are, CEO, janitor, starting from rock bottom, you have to see yourself as the underdog. Why? Because it's the only way you'll stay hungry. It's the only way you'll never ever get comfortable. Right. So every underdog needs their arena, a place to fight. But for Goggins, that's not some boxing ring or a football field. Nope. It's life. Life itself is the arena. So let's get into it. Let's break down the rules of this testing ground. And this is where Goggins really flips the script on us. You know how we all kind of hope life will be fair? He says, forget it. Just stop. In his world, life's entire purpose is to be a testing ground. It's designed from the ground up to forge you into something stronger. Yeah, the obstacles might be different for you and me, but make no mistake, the test, that's universal. So, if life is just one big constant test, what's the right way to respond? Well, according to Goggins, there's only one way. You have to be relentless. You just have to keep pushing forward. I mean, think about it. The guy's not a pro athlete. He fails at stuff all the time. He admits he doesn't even want to do half the things he does. But he still grinds. And that mindset, that's the part he says is completely non-negotiable. Okay, so let's recap. Life is the test, grinding is the method, but who's the enemy? Who are we fighting against? For Goggins, it's not some person. It's not your situation. The real enemy, it's a mindset. It's that tempting, easy-to-listen-to siren song of just being average. You know, we usually think of average as comfortable, right? Safe. Goggins says that's dead wrong. He says being average is the most exhausting thing in the world. He calls it a dead weight that you have to drag around your whole life, all because you don't want to put in the work to be better. So it's not just some neutral state of being. To him, it's a prison, and man, does he despise it. And he really pinpoints where this mediocrity comes from. It's that advice we've all heard a million times. Just blend in. Don't make waves. Don't volunteer for anything. Goggins says that very mentality, the blending in mentality, is the trap. It's what keeps you stuck right where you are, never even getting close to your limits. He puts it like this. You've got a choice between two paths. On one hand, there's the 4-lane highway. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's got signs, restaurants, the whole deal. Then there's the other path, the one you have to make yourself. It's going to be incredibly difficult, full of boulders and all sorts of resistance. But, he says, that's where you find the really glorious outcomes. So the big question is, how do you get the strength to actually choose that harder path? Well, according to Goggins, that's the wrong question. You don't find it, you build it. And it all starts with armoring up your mind for a battle against itself. First things first, you gotta recognize who your number one enemy is. And look, it's not your boss, it's not your situation, it's your own mind. Think about it. Your mind knows every single one of your weaknesses, your fears, your insecurities, and it will always, and I mean always, push you to take the easy way out. It has the ultimate tactical advantage over you. So how in the world do you fight back against that? You build mental armor. The process is, well, it's brutally simple. You have to intentionally do things you don't want to do, over and over and over again. Goggins calls it callousing your mind. It's like by embracing these little bits of suck every single day, you build up a tolerance. So when the real hard times hit, it just feels like another Tuesday. And this brings us to a really, really crucial point, the difference between motivation and discipline. Look, motivation is great. We all love it, but it's just a feeling, right? It's like kindling for a fire. It'll get you started, but it burns out fast. Discipline, though, that's different. That's a lifestyle. That's the trigger that makes you get up and perform even when you feel zero motivation. And honestly, this is the ultimate test. Anyone can perform when they feel great, when they're motivated. That's easy. The real challenge, the place where all the growth actually happens, is learning how to be your absolute best self when you're least motivated, in those moments where you just want to do nothing at all. All right, so a disciplined mind is your engine. But what about fuel? Every engine needs fuel. And this is where Goggins' whole philosophy gets, well, really interesting. Because he gets his fuel from a place most of us spend our entire lives trying to avoid. See, instead of letting all that negativity, the haters, the doubters get you down,
Goggins' strategy is to weaponize it. He literally turns it into a weapon. He doesn't see a negative comment as an insult. Nope. He sees it as another log for the fire. It's nothing but pure fuel. And he has a very specific, tactical way of doing this. It's not about forgive and forget. Absolutely not. It's about creating what he calls a mental Rolodex, a database of every single person who ever doubted you. Then, when you're at your weakest, when you're about to quit, that's when you pull up a name from that list and you use their doubt, their disbelief, and you turn it into raw energy. The goal isn't to kill them with kindness. The goal is to absolutely torch them with your success. And doing this over and over is what forges what he calls a savage mentality. He has this great analogy about a domesticated dog. It's tied to a tree, just waiting to be fed. But after a few days of nothing, something changes. That dog's mentality shifts. It's not a pet anymore. It's a savage that has to hunt to survive. That's the point. You gotta stay hungry. So what's the whole point of all this? The end goal is to systematically build someone that you are deeply, truly proud of, even if it means starting from scratch. It's about creating a version of yourself that is so formidable, so damn resilient, that, well, as he puts it, the devil should check under his bed for you. So, when you boil it all down, this whole philosophy comes back to one thing: what you do every day. Daily practice. It's not about some big, heroic moment that happens once. The work starts now, today, and it starts with a simple question, one that leaves absolutely no room for excuses. So I'll leave you with that same question. What have you done today to get uncomfortable?